All right, we're back.
You starting on?
I am, yeah.
Energy.
Gotta surprise, yeah, full energy, you know. Graveyard Shift Movie Podcast, episode number 38. This week, it was the little boy Tyler pick.
Ace!
Sorry, I told myself I was gonna do that a couple times.
Oh yeah,
So,
and
the first one.
and he picked Wild Zero from 1999, the year of our Lord, and oh boy, it was something. The greatest movie we've ever watched. It shall never be topped. Giving this one a 3.
I don't understand.
Wow.
Never what you,
I'll go. A 3 sounds mighty fine. Yeah, I'm good with a 3, man.
Yeah.
I'm giving this movie an 8.
8 or
I
an
think y'all didn't watch the right movie.
ace?
8.5. They don't even start with the same letter, Thomas. But it's
You
kind
know.
of so to like.
A. So
Oh,
anyway,
man, I should got another cup of coffee for this.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be rough.
yeah,
Jokes like that.
yeah. So anyway, if you haven't seen Wild Zero, spoiler warning. We're gonna ruin
Spoiler
everything for
warning.
you.
All right, so
Okay,
let me say something real fast.
go ahead.
I am not like a bootleg movie watcher.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't believe in
Oh,
watching
yeah.
stuff on the
Yeah.
from crazy ways. That being said, I could not find this movie other than that way.
I watched this movie on 360p on YouTube because
Yeah.
I went to go rent it, and it just wasn't available. It was just like Prime was like, "What? What is this? You want to watch this?"
You could buy the Blu-ray for like $11, but
No.
it's 3 weeks to have it delivered.
Yeah, I didn't have the time for that.
Yeah,
So,
I need it now.
So yeah, this is the first movie I've had to watch on YouTube. Couldn't even pick like a different. Couldn't go to 420 or what's the other one?
It's 780.
There's a
480.
It's 487.20.
480.
Okay,
Yeah, 480.
couldn't do 480. No, I was at bottom of the bottom tier.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's probably better that way.
I think it added to it, yeah, that it was so like bad quality or whatever. And then
I'm pretty sure it didn't look better, right? You're like spaceships.
because there was parts where it's the what is it? It's the second song they play, the blood song. What was it? Roaring
God.
Blood or whatever.
Roaring blood.
Yeah. And I remember like it was super just blown out and distorted. I remember being
It
like
is,
maybe it's
yeah.
the quality or whatever. I was
No.
watching. I then learned Guitar Wolf is a real band. And their whole stage performance is like this, and it's like them combing their hair back the whole time and everything. And they have an album with the songs, so I was like, "Oh, let me listen to the songs." It sounds the same on Spotify, so that's just how the song's meant to be listened to.
There's one where
which-
like they just hit high notes, just
The feedback, yeah, just
and I'm like,
it hurt my ears so bad. I was like, ah.
Dude,
That
it's
being
so
said,
good.
that Roaring Blood song, I was kind of into it. I was like, yeah.
No, Jesus.
I liked Roaring Blood better than that Jet Generation or whatever that kicked off the movie. Jet Generation. That's how it,
It
went.
was just bad.
My favorite song from the movie was Love Beams. or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
It was pretty good. She was like dancing.
You know?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's something. Yeah. I then proceeded to watch live performances of Guitar Wolf. You'll be happy to know they're still touring. Latest one I could see was 2019. They were in Atlanta, Georgia. I watched them. Yeah, I know. I was sort of like, damn, we should have went.
Same guys or no?
Same guys, yeah. And they get on stage, and the bass dude sits over there, and he combs his hair, and Ace comes up, and he just starts drinking beer, and like,
Jesus.
yeah.
It's probably water at this point. He's like 93. Like,
This
He
movie's
did.
not that old.
2000. Like,
Yeah. So anyway, this movie. So we went into it knowing it was like a zombie rock horror comedy. Okay. What we didn't know is that then there would be aliens thrown in this bitch
Yeah,
that just
out of
no
nowhere.
one mentions. And
You hear a little bit of talk on the radio, and then this motherfucker's killing them with laser eyes, and that's it.
yeah, you hear about a meteorite that strikes, and you're like, whatever. At the beginning of the movie, you see the UFOs or whatever flying towards Earth. But I remember
I thought that was
thinking,
like the production.
I thought
company
that
or
was the
something.
production company. I was like,
yeah, me too.
and then at a later point in the movie, they show up again, and I went, oh no, that was part of the movie. Like that was part of the plot. And but they're kind of pointless, the aliens, but they do lead in to the greatest finale of all time, which is Homie standing on the rooftop going rock and roll and then slicing the spaceship
you missed
down
the
half.
best part.
What's that?
He like tunes his guitar, pulls
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
sorry.
neck out, and it's a sword, like a
Yeah.
hidden sword, and then just fucking slices the goddamn
Yeah.
ship in half. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and it blows up, and all the zombies, I guess, are connected to the ship, so they die. And
Who's
happy.
your favorite character for this whole movie?
Okay, well, that's a weird one. Because my favorite character is kind of simultaneously my worst favorite character, and that's the manager in the little boy
Right, he's
shorts.
so good. He's so good.
Because he has no point being there, but at the same time, every time he pops up, I'm like, oh, he's back.
He's like the end boss too.
Yeah.
Like that weird at the end where he loses his wig and he starts shooting
Start
lasers out
shooting
of his eyes.
lasers, yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah, and I remember being like, oh, this guy's going to be a problem. And then the other two homies just pull out a rocket launcher and shoot him, which is my new favorite gif of that dude shooting the rocket launcher and the dude next to him just combing his hair. But
But I don't know. My favorite character has to be the driver in the very beginning, where he's like driving the mob.
oh
boss.
yeah, what is
The
that
guy
dude?
gets out and he's
Matzo or
shooting
whatever, or Matsu?
No, different guy. This guy's only in the movie for like 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And he has his gun and he sees all the like zombies and he's like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when dude just they're in the car,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
And homie got out and just started blasting zombies.
Yeah.
Door open. They start like gathering around, and I mean they all have guns, but the dude in the front's like,
Yeah.
look, the driver, and he's like, fuck this, and he just blows his brains out.
I just like he does it, and they pan back to the guy he's driving, and the guy's like, "Oh!"
He's like, oh shit.
He's like, "I can't believe it."
What have I done?
It's just 0 to 100. Like, why not just
Yeah,
drive? Like, you'll be fine. That dude was like, nah, fuck this.
yeah.
Let's talk about the weird part in the movie. Well, that's all weird.
Oh, yeah.
But the point where they make Tobio,
Tobio. Yeah,
is actually a dude.
yeah.
Played,
Played
that's the biggest plot twist.
played by a dude too.
Really?
And it's not a woman. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a dude when I saw him or whatever.
Oh no, I was.
And
Yeah.
I
and then they were
totally
like,
did not
"I
expect
love you."
nudity in this. I did not expect any nudity.
I
And then
did
they
just
just sort of like
'cause-
pan. They
yeah.
did like these panning shots where I was like, okay, obviously they're gonna cut. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You get a full view.
Well, they show this army chick naked in the shower, and she has to like kill the zombies or whatever. And so then when dude's like homie is complaining about his life, and he's like, I'm nobody or whatever, and he turns around and Tobio's like isn't wearing anything, and he's like, oh, and it's panning down, and it's like, you know, chest or whatever, but it's flat, but you know, it's whatever. And he's like, oh, whatever. And then he looks down, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, you see his face, like he's like,
Yeah.
oh, and like you
Yeah.
could see it, like his face changing. Just,
It was
like,
happening, I was
expression
like-
to, oh my god.
I was like, they're not about to do what I think they're doing, right? And then they did it. And then it leads into homie Ace popping up, and he's like, rock and roll has no genders. Do it! And I was like,
I was
Ace- like, yeah.
Ace is
Ace
is the dude.
the guy. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Wood.
What? Oh yeah, his name in the on the credits is just the leader or whatever. Like, I guess he doesn't have a name.
But I don't. Now, see, when I was watching this, I was assuming that that lady is part of the aliens or whatever, right? remember she
Wow,
got butt
'cause
ass
she's
naked.
transgender.
No, she got butt ass naked, and they had this like white light.
They had, yeah, she was like pale white, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Is she like a
And
ghost?
they did all these special effects and stuff, and you're like, what's going on?
No.
Can I just say, so homie, first of all, they kiss each other, right? They both lean in, and then Ace is like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that." I'm like, "Ace, you weren't the only one who leaned in." And then homie goes and gets full butt ass naked, and I'm like, "Wait, this is so quick. What's
Oh, yeah.
going on?"
There's a love, man.
And then,
Well,
yeah.
if you remember, the first time you see Toby or whatever,
Tobio. Please.
Tobio.
is that dude's like alone with her in the field,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Ah!" and he leaves him there. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I can't believe you're having trouble remembering this person's name when you had to hear Ace yell Tobio, Tobio like 40
it's
times.
not a normal name for me, right? Like
I've been playing so much Yakuza. All these names made sense to me. I was like, Tobio, you fit in. It's like, but yeah, the big
Actually, but this movie's good. I don't know how y'all didn't like. It was like a campy, whatever, right?
I'll give it credit that I feel like, at least to me, it's one of those movies that's so bad it's like good or whatever. But I don't feel like they were trying, because nowadays that's a thing, is people make movies to be bad so that they're good, like Sharknado and all that shit. That's the whole point of it. But this movie wasn't doing that. It's just how it ended up. So I'll give them credit for that. But it's a little campy. Like if I can find a better quality of it, like it.
Oh, I ordered the Blu-ray.
Oh, good. Well, let me borrow it.
What?
I even ordered Tom a T-shirt for his birthday.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. The beginning of this movie.
It's a woman's tank top, though.
Oh,
So-
I'll rock it. The fuck was that?
Tobio.
Marvin's got women over his house.
There's people here.
Okay.
I didn't even hear it.
Yeah. The beginning of this movie is Ace going to the Guitar Wolf concert. They're playing, all is good. Then Guitar Wolf heads back to the manager's office to, I don't even really know what they were going to talk shit to him about being a pervert, apparently, because that's what kicks it all off.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But they're, like, arguing, and then homie's like, "You're a pervert!" And Guitar Wolf dude pulls a gun on him, and the manager pulls a
just
gun on him.
grabs a gun.
And I was like, oh, man, it's a standoff. And then the manager dude's like, Rock is dead. I'm going to go get, like, some pop person or whatever to play at the bar or whatever. And then homie Ace busts in, and he's like, "Rock and roll will never die." Immediately gets back-fisted in the face, and he, like, and falls over. And then Guitar Wolf dude blasts a homie's head off. And, like,
I don't even know who that was. It
I
just
don't
showed
either.
a random guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Right? And he-
Yeah, just
And I legit, it happened. And I went, "Oh!" And then manager dude gets like his fingers blown off and stuff. And it was so abrupt. And I really dug it. I was like, man, they're just kicking this shit off.
So what was the deal with the gold ball?
I don't know.
No idea.
You have the weird plot where he tells the army chick that like all the zombies have these gold balls in them. So then I guess she'll start killing all of them or whatever.
She'll let him use the guns and stuff.
But
So-
yeah, and then the manager says that the gold ball is fake later towards the movie. He's like, "It's worthless. It's nothing." I don't know. That gold ball thing was weird.
I loved every time that manager guy took medicine or those pills,
Those
drugs,
pills, yeah.
whatever it was. He make that little like that little face thing. It was so good.
Can we
So
talk?
this movie is
Yeah.
a gem.
Can we talk about they do a thing where they have the army chick, who once again, like just a weird character. Don't really know why she's there. But
She was
then
selling guns to the Yakuza.
okay, and
Yeah.
then her clothes get ripped. You hear her being like, "You fuckers, you ripped my clothes," or whatever. So then they make her wear like this one piece kind of like with cut off shorts.
Bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, and no disrespect intended, but they picked the flattest butt woman they could find to rock bikini bottoms the whole movie.
Yeah,
Like,
it is what it is. It was tight as fuck too. I was like,
It
God,
was
damn.
like okay, it was like a one piece bathing suit, but for some
Yeah.
reason it had long sleeves.
yeah, that was weird.
It was something.
But,
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was just like, you wasted the outfit.
I'm gonna make a statement here that I might regret later.
Okay.
Do you feel like the sub because it was subbed right dubs when they make the
Subtitles?
English, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the subtitles just left a lot of stuff out? Because I swear there was times where these dudes were talking for like 10 minutes
Yeah,
and they would say
nothing.
yes.
Anytime I'll play Yakuza, okay, this is going base, and they'll say someone's name. So they'll say the main character's name. They'll say Kazuma Kiryu, right? They will talk. I'll hear Kazuma Kiryu like the second thing they say, and then they will continue to speak for 10 seconds. There's only one more word in the sentence that they're saying. And I'm like, are the subtitles just not matched up perfect? Are they just like simplifying it to go
Probably.
with whatever? And I don't know. But yeah. It's something.
But thanks for my sponsor, Skillshare. I'll soon know. You know.
Oh, yeah. Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
They still do that? Is that a thing? I haven't seen a Rosetta Stone ad in fucking forever.
They probably don't need it.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
those
yeah.
subscriptions and schools paying for that shit.
Mm.
I'm sure someone out there has like a Rosetta Stone
Yeah.
fucking subscription from like 99 or some shit.
So the weird thing about this movie, not to get off our Rosetta Stone
Oh, yeah.
conversation, there's not anything in it that I don't like.
Oh, yeah?
Thought everything was good.
There's a
Like-
couple drawn out parts, but yeah, like,
There's a couple parts where it really, it slows down.
I think if you got this movie, you sat on the couch like one or two, couple friends,
Mm-hmm.
like had a 12-pack on the coffee table, you're good to go. The more the movie gets in, the more drunk you are, the more everything you're like,
yeah. The
This is
movie
a drinking
started off
movie.
strong. Yeah, for sure.
We haven't even talked about the electric guitar picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he used one time. He like gambit through them. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. That was, I was gonna, there's, after the whole scene at the intro, the Guitar Wolf dude cuts Ace's hand and cuts his own, and they like blood brothers or whatever.
Blood brothers.
Blood Brothers, yeah.
Have you guys ever done the blood brothers thing?
No, I'm not fucking
Once,
weird.
but it was like this girl, and it was time of the month. Anyways,
Oh. Anyway.
it's more of a blood daddy thing.
I tried to with a friend of mine one time, and we went and asked his mom for a knife, and she was like, "Why?" We were like, "We're gonna become blood brothers," and she was like, "I'm not giving you the knife," which was
like, I
a
don't
smart.
think there's rules to this, but
Yeah.
if there was, the first rule is don't ask your mom for a knife.
I think looking back, that wasn't the smartest decision. Probably should have just went out on the fence in the yard and just sort of cut her hand.
Or just went in the kitchen and got a knife. Like, why?
Yeah, it's good we didn't do that. I don't talk to that guy anymore, so would have been awkward. But
He'd just be blowing his whistle, and you'd be like, no,
Yeah.
no, not answering.
yeah. Oh,
Wait, who was
fuck,
it? Who
dude.
was it? What guy was it?
remember Liam?
Really?
Yeah. Well, I used to hang out with Liam all the time.
Yeah, you did used to hang out with
Yeah.
him.
So I'm thinking in my mind, this is like 7-year-old Thomas. This was like 2 years ago.
No,
Well,
this was like this was elementary school.
Yeah,
6th
before
grade
we were
Thomas.
friends.
Yeah. Anyway, we haven't talked about homie. I mentioned him earlier, but it was a different guy. But Matzo or whatever that's driving this van with this other couple or whatever,
Can
and
we just
like
call him the Afro guy?
yeah. But he's like just stressed, and the couple's arguing and all this shit. And they go into this gas station, and homie whips out butterfly knives and just starts. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Nobody move!" And they're like, "Matzo, what are you doing?" Then the movie decides they're like, "You know what you need right now? A fire cutaway." And I was like, "What?" And it just fire. And then it cuts to a different scene, and I was like, "What was the
I thought it was the first time it did that, so I thought this dude just blew
I
fire
thought
out
he
of
was
his
breathing
mouth, and
fire.
I was like, what the fuck? And then it cut, and I was like, that was the
Yeah.
weirdest transition.
And then
like,
I don't even remember what it cuts to, but it immediately cuts back to that dude. Like there was no reason to have that fire cut, but I'm glad they added it. I'm glad it was in there.
This whole movie's like that, to where you're like, why, what? And then
Yeah.
you're like, all right, I feel like that lady watching that dog on the rocking chair,
I could safely say these are the worst zombies I've ever seen in a fucking
I like
movie
how,
ever.
like, 80 minutes into a 90-minute movie, they start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just start. I'm like,
I don't even
Hey,
know
let
what-
me in. It's a little dangerous out here.
Man, that scene of the manager pulling over and talking to homie that was in the van earlier that's now a zombie. And he's like, Guitar Wolf, where are they? And the guy's like, they're that way. And I was like, what? And, yeah. Which him and that lady, and they meet up at the end. The zombies.
Dude, I skipped that shit. I saw it coming. I was like, nah, bro.
Damn,
I'm not
dude.
wasting my 10, 20 seconds on this.
How did you? That was the romance part of the story.
Oh, yeah. The zombies in this movie seem to take, like, the very first Night of the Living Dead or whatever, George Romero. They're just, like, normal-looking people, except they're, like, a little blue or something.
Yeah,
So
they like body painted them fucking
Yeah,
They all look
gray.
like death metal bands, right? Like they got.
Yeah, so, like, this movie seemed to take the inspiration from, like, the OG zombies.
It was rough, man. On a scale of like Walking Dead zombies or like the Night Walkers from Game of Thrones, so those are like 10s. These are like a good -5. Like they're bad.
23 years ago, first of all, but
There was that scene where the Afro dude, R.I.P. later on, they cut, and it's like synced up with like this high pitched like scream or noise or something. But and their zombies are just eating him, and they're pulling out his intestines.
Yeah.
Legitimately gave me a jump when it was like, and it like showed him getting eaten. I was like, like,
There was 2 of those scenes, wasn't there?
yeah,
Not?
yeah,
the part where the Ace is driving his little, it was a motorcycle, but he drove it like a scooter.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he comes up
Dude, you
against
can't call that
van.
thing a fucking motorcycle. It was going
Yeah.
like 5 miles an hour. Like
That's just how he was driving. I don't understand. And then
Uh-huh.
even he got him,
slowest.
later on, they made it a point to put him on a moped.
yeah, yeah, as like a joke.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So,
Tobio!
Tobio. Can we talk about the
Tobio!
scene where Tobio then, so she gets rejected by homie, but then he's like, damn, I should have just went through with it, you know? I love her.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know, what it is.
I love her. I met her like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
her.
yeah. But they had the
I
scene
mean,
where they
he
see each
tells
other
her.
through the hearts and stuff.
yeah.
But she just starts walking back. You get a lot of close-ups of her shoes, which I know that shoe brand, but I can't remember the name of it to save my life that they kept showing. But and she's just walking. She gets back to the gas station, and you're like, oh man, back where it all started, right? They then leave that, and for 20 minutes you watch something else. You cut back, she's just now walking into the gas station. And I was like, what was she doing for the last...
They had another scene of that gas. Oh, no, it wasn't at the gas. It was the military chick coming out of that cabin or whatever. She looks, and there's no zombies at all.
Yeah.
And then she's looking left and right, and then she looks back at her fucking Humvee.
Yeah.
And there's 20 zombies, and
Yeah.
they just literally came out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I like watching the zombies in the background near the end when the whole thing is focused on the characters having a conversation, and you just have to see them sort of like, do we attack? Like,
Yeah.
like, and they just have to act like they're not trying to kill them or whatever.
They had like one bum zombie who was just like on the sidewalk, sitting down, leaning up against a building, and he was sort of just like
yeah.
sitting down, and he was just like this, and I was fucking
Yeah.
laughing my ass off.
What? Yeah. Also, I don't realize that this movie is so not only could I not find it anywhere to watch, when I looked it up, I could not find a budget or a box office for this movie to save my goddamn life. And so I have nothing. I don't know how much they
Dude.
made this movie for. I got nothing.
I got like a kind of like a conspiracy, right? Like
Okay.
because of what they were talking about and how like the whole rock and roll and like love is like, you know, whatever.
Uh-huh.
There's no fucking boundaries or whatever. I
Yeah.
think they sort of tried to push this movie under the rug.
Oh
Like if you
shit.
think about it, I
They
mean,
weren't ready for that back then. Yeah, they were like,
yeah,
oh,
the
okay.
early 2000s,
Damn.
and like I don't know.
Yeah, this movie kind of, in a weird way, is sort of a very progressive for back then.
It
Real-
is.
It's
It is.
really before its time.
Yeah, like back then it was funny to throw in like faggot and stuff and just say that.
Good lord.
Listen, we get that wasn't me saying it. That was me saying
That
there.
was-
The movie saying. All right, let me do it. Back then, it was real like it was the joke to throw in like an F word or something like that, or just
Like
crazy.
fuck? What are you talking about?
No, like faggot.
Oh,
I don't know
dude,
what to do with that now.
back
Just leave it in.
Yeah.
it fucking speaking of that, I was talking about
Speaking of
watching. I was watching Talladega Nights clips on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and you know how the fucking what's his name's gay, right? Openly gay, has his gay
Sasha
or-
Baron Cohen.
yeah,
Oh,
Sacha
yeah,
Baron
yeah.
Cohen, and he has his husband, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Andy Richter.
They
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
so many times where it just like cuts to, like two news anchors, and they're like after they showed them kissing on like the news.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I mean, I guess I'm just used to it. And
Yeah.
then Talladega Nights is old as fuck, so
Yeah.
I was
Like
just
that yeah, that
there's
used
a-
to be the joke, is like the gay characters
Yeah.
and stuff.
yeah, it takes everybody off
Yeah.
like they're just not ready for it.
I mean,
But
let's be honest.
same
back
thing
when
with this movie.
Movie was made. Like that wasn't a common feeling. right?
Yeah.
I mean, most people didn't care, right? But there was a very vocal amount
Uh-huh.
of people who were like, "How dare they?" You know.
Yeah.
And then to put it into like a movie or something, they were just
But that's
Yeah.
punk rock, though, is to go against
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, even though they never.
I
said
wonder
punk
if
rock,
that's why
said
they
rock
put it
and
in.
roll.
Is just because that is the like rock.
Something about this movie made me so interested about like what Guitar Wolf's life is like. And like if those guys are like
He's
I
like
wonder
this
if they
fucking-
wrote this movie and like if this is how
Do
they
you know this is what they based Cyberpunk off of?
a Wild
That's
Zero,
where they got
ripped it off.
Johnny Sins or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
that dude's name.
Tom doesn't watch like anime, so he doesn't realize that this is like a common thing. There's always one of those type of guys in anime.
Mm,
Like every anime, like
yeah.
Yeah,
ever
I could see
has
where
like
you
guy
would
like
go
that.
with that.
Maverick.
It's like that greaser sort of
Yeah.
The 50s, rockabilly kind of style.
Yeah.
the slick back hair, the leather jacket.
Yeah.
The
It's,
big
like, on
pompadour
brand for
or
it.
whatever. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like it's
Maverick
No.
sent me a
Oh,
clip.
and the motorcycles. Can't forget the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
leather jacket,
Yeah. Maverick
We all
sent me a
get
clip,
leather
and the fucking mic with the fire blowing out the end. That shit was cool.
Dude,
I like
holy
that.
shit! Every single vehicle in this, besides the fucking moped he was on, had the
I'm
flame shooting out the
surprised they didn't
exhaust.
add the flame through the moped too. Just
I
the
was
like,
like, Jesus, the waste,
Yeah.
the gas, the fucking gas mileage on
Yeah.
this fucking. Jesus Christ!
Maverick sent me a clip, and he was like, "This shit's fire" or whatever, and it was called like Wire, and it was like I clicked on it, and it was like this anime style, like these weird clown people.
Oh,
And
dude,
like,
yeah.
and they're like rapping and stuff, and they jump out of the ship, and all this shit happens.
It was cool as
Uh,
fuck.
And I couldn't decide if it was the greatest thing I watched or like the worst thing, but I watched it like 7 times in a row to
Goddamn.
watch it again. And then the ending of it really good, where the little clown kid like, boop, 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 boop.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I like that, but anyway, I was like, what is this? And I went to look it up, thinking it was like a full blown anime, and that was
No,
just a
I think
scene
it's like
from
a
it.
short.
It's a 2-minute short on this channel. It just does cartoons or whatever, and I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, I know they need to make a movie out of that thing. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll link that clip in the description if you want to check that out.
It was great.
Yeah, man.
God, I want to watch it now. Go back and watch it.
Did you think I didn't see? There must have been a scene where the two other band members were in that car, and they were like blasting music, and the zombies were coming or whatever. And then they have the thing where Homie, the leader of the band, turns around and shoots the car, and it blows up. And I remember thinking he just killed his friends, like they were in that car.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, but then they were safe. They were somewhere else. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was just another red car that just pulled. He just killed some random.
Well, no, because
people.
randomly after that, their car had Christmas lights all over it.
It did.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
they
the
were in a
weirdest
different car.
shit.
Yeah.
They were. Speaking of them in the car, they just like pulled over in some back alley, popped like just drugs,
Yeah.
just some pills, while like they were
And hung out,
surrounded
yeah.
by a horde of zombies, and they were just like, you know what, this is the right time for it. They just laid back. You don't see them for like half the fucking movie.
Please, that's Bass Wolf and Drum Wolf. All right, let's use their
Is that really their
proper
name?
Yeah.
I didn't. No one said their name the whole fucking time.
I just know that because the intro, where they were putting everyone's name up there, and it was like Guitar Wolf,
No,
Bass
yeah.
Wolf,
Oh,
Drum
shit.
Wolf. And I was like, man, these names are gonna be hard to remember. So
They were. Me and Maverick didn't remember.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah. That's why I kept calling the dude the leader the whole time. I didn't know he was.
Yeah, I knew Guitar Wolf, but I didn't know the other two.
Yeah. Which
I mean, it's obvious this whole thing was like a dream, right? Like
No.
It could have.
This was
he even says it at the end.
rock
He goes-
and roll.
He's like, I'm pretty sure I imagined all this stuff. Or it was a dream
Yeah,
or
he's like, I'm
something."
pretty sure it was a dream, but it might have been real.
But I love
never saw
Tobio, and I
him.
was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Which it does seem like, dreams are so just wild and things will change in an instant. Like, you could be having a dream about zombies. Next thing you know, there's aliens there. You're like, okay, So,
Yeah, why not?
could have been. Maybe, oh, you know what? Homie gets knocked out in the beginning.
He does.
Well, I wish they would have done a better knockout, right?
Yeah.
Where like,
It's
or
not
like
really
when he
a
comes out of
knockout,
his house after he's combing his hair, and you hear like the brakes of a car or
Uh-huh.
something.
But hey, maybe it's his knocked out dream.
That was a good part of the movie where Airwolf and them, or Guitar Wolf and them, show up at the gas stations, all the dead bodies, and they're like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh my god!" And he picks up his comb. He's like, "Look at this non-cool comb. It's like a mom's comb." I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, my man's comb."
Yeah.
So
I
I
remember
was like,
I called bullshit on that one part where we didn't talk. So the guy earlier, when we mentioned he was robbing the store or whatever, Ace shows up, like opens up the door, bangs into the dude or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, sorry," and then the guy like, and they run off for later. Guitar Wolf and them are driving down the road, and they run across the couple that was with the guy, and they're like, "You gotta help us, people are crazy. Matzo's dead or whatever," and the dude goes, "Where's Ace?" And they're like, "Who? Don't you hear us? We gotta get out of here." And they're like, and they start to leave. And then all of a sudden, the people are like, "Oh, the gas station! We saw him at the gas station." And I was like,
I think he
"Man."
said like leather jacket or something.
Yeah, he was like, "We saw a leather jacket." And so, but I was like, "Man, how are they gonna remember this guy from like?"
Yeah, they ran in, got fucking, and then just ran out. Like they didn't have a whole lot of time to look around. But
I liked when they get back in the car though, and they're like, "You fucking idiot! How much did you get at least?" And he's like, "Nothing." And they're like, "Nothing." And they're like, "You
Yeah.
stupid fuck." And dude's like,
well, no, he sees like his bloody nose. And he starts crying.
that dude was a weird character.
He
man.
was, yeah. I thought he was going to be in the whole movie. I was surprised they killed him off so early. I didn't think the couple was going to be like a bigger mainstay than him.
Yeah, the fucking dual wielding butterfly knives, fucking asshole got murdered
He
like
did.
3 seconds in.
Yeah. Got murdered real good. But anyway,
Like I said, I thought it was a great movie. I can't
Yeah.
believe y'all gave it a 3.
yeah.
It was definitely funny. I didn't expect the aliens, man.
It was different. I mean, I just assumed it was going to be the best zombie movie we ever watched.
Oh yeah. Not
Well, what
fun.
would you watch this or The Living Dead?
I think me and Tom have very different answers.
I
to
know we
this.
have very different answers. Yeah. But
'Cause
the
I think I watched the first one. I don't think I watched the other one.
you didn't watch the second one, and you did not miss it. I would probably watch Wild Zero before I watched the second Return of the Living Dead. But
Really?
yeah.
Well, I don't think the first one was meant to be comical, right?
No, but that's what made it good.
Oh no, the first one was totally meant to be comical.
You think
But
so?
You're
The
telling me
second
that the this is army grade shit. This shit don't leak. Slap and it leaks out. You're telling me that wasn't meant to be a joke?
It was meant to be a joke, but the whole movie wasn't meant to be a
Oh
joke.
no, that was the whole plan all
It was
along.
good though.
Yeah, that shit was terrifying.
I'm saying, like, they didn't mean for it to be a joke, and it was an okay movie. That second one,
10 out of
though,
10.
when they had fucking Thriller running around and shit.
That really sucked. But you can check out what we thought about it when we did. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Podcast
like,
number.
As
Let me
far
look it
as
up real
like
quick.
It was an overtime. I don't even remember which one.
Oh, okay.
What's
I
up?
don't know. I think this one's better as far as like dumb, funny, like
Hmm.
cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know, I really like-
This is a drinking movie for sure. Like
I told him I have to start
you did.
having some
Yeah.
dips. I don't think he did though.
Nah, I really don't. I think I have. I might have a little bit of a bit in the freezer. I don't know though. I don't have anything to mix with it.
Drink it straight, be a
Drink
man.
it straight,
I
yeah.
could drink it
Be
straight.
Phobia.
Be a man.
I love
Be
that
the man
TikTok
that Phobia
page.
couldn't be.
Yeah.
They have
In a
one,
car wreck, die. Be a man.
my friend
Like,
they
Jesus Christ.
had one where it was like, don't go to hospital, die, be a man. I
Be a
was
man.
like, oh,
That
shit.
shit's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Don't pay
Dude.
taxes. Be a man. Wait, what the fuck?
I keep seeing that fucking thing that you showed me a long time ago, Tom.
What was that?
Where it was like, how not to get arrested by cops. Like,
You just got to give them your wallet real fast.
Yeah. Don't waste their time.
Yeah.
I keep seeing
That
every
TikTok's
time.
real great, but then he made a follow up where he was like, just for extra help, you could buy this wallet holster, and it's just a gun holster. And he's like, and then you could do this, and I was like, you ran the joke into the ground.
Yeah,
And I
you
was
killed
like,
it.
Yeah, just do it quick.
yeah,
It's like
Yeah,
when your
as quick
mom
as
links you
possible.
something on Facebook and you're like, no,
Yeah.
this is it. This is done. Thanks.
I sent
Mom.
you that thing of I sent you that picture of the sheep trying to get into the theater, and the guy's like, I can clearly see your 3 sheep under there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, really? And he's, yeah, it's 1, 2.
One.
And he's asleep. And I was like, that's pretty funny. Next day, I saw a different one where it was a sheep, and I was like, I could help you fall asleep. The guy's like, there's only 1 of you. How are you going to help me? And then the sheep knocked him out. And he was like, now you can sleep. And I was like, you're not a good one.
Yeah.
I was like, the other one's better.
You've ruined sheep memes for
Yeah.
life.
Well, I don't see your sheep memes, Tom. So
Hey,
Hey, I was always talking sheep.
yeah. Anyway.
That joke didn't go over too
Yeah,
well.
it's alright.
You know what's great when you tell a joke and silence follows it.
Silence and then, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this movie, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. It was a
It's
fun
free
one.
to watch on YouTube.
It is
missing
free to watch
nothing.
on YouTube, yeah.
Like, you're missing out on an hour. I would say buy a shirt, go buy some stuff for the movie. Because, like, if you watch it free, that means you, like, save $5, right?
yeah,
So, and, like...
was it $5?
It wasn't available to rent anywhere.
Yeah, but if you bought the Blu-ray, it was, I think it's $14.99. But, since you're saving that amount of money,
Yeah.
the shirts are cool looking, too.
If the Blu-ray didn't have to take a month to get here,
Yeah. If there wasn't like one guy who actually burning it at his house,
yeah.
pretty sure this Blu-ray I'm gonna get is gonna
That
be
dude's
illegal
making
as
so
fuck,
much
too.
money right now. Holy shit! It's still gonna be in 420p. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's, like, we buy it thinking it's better quality. It's gonna be just the YouTube rip the guy uploaded to a disc.
it's gonna be some DVD with fucking Sharpie that says the fucking Wild Zero
I have a
on
couple
it.
of those, like, DVDs. Or games, too. Like, I would have an empty case, and I would just have right on the Sharpie. Anyway.
Solid.
Hey, Maverick, what are we watching next week?
I linked you them.
Well, you linked
we
me
didn't
too,
do
Hey,
but
best
we
of,
didn't-
worst of.
oh,
we
yeah.
didn't do best of,
Sorry.
worst of, but I think we kind of did.
Yeah, my best of was, or my favorite was the beginning with the guy getting his head blown off because it was just so like holy
That was
shit.
solid, yeah.
And then my worst was probably the conversation the guy had where he's like, "Where's Guitar Wolf?" And the zombie talking to him. Either that or when they meet up at the end and it's both of the zombies and they're like, "Tina." That's not what his name is, but anyway.
I think that's the worst though for me is the same scene where it's just they're fighting, like dudes down below shooting the grenade launcher. He shot the same fucking building like 3 times,
Yeah.
the same little room, and like they just reused the shot.
Hell yeah.
But just the laser eyes, it was the best and the worst of the whole movie.
Laser eyes. It was like what, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are both dumb.
Oh yeah.
The best part of this whole fucking thing is when he's at the gas station and he's like, rock and roll! And he pulls the gun and he goes, and he click and goes,
Yeah.
and then he goes, and like, he shoots the second time,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's so good. Like, I loved it. So.
There was a little thing in there where they pull up to, I think it was the gas station, and they had taped another mirror on the fucking mirror itself. So if you go back, you can see it where they're like they on the rear view mirror they taped another mirror on it. Just like, wait, what the fuck? It was some like little tiny thing I noticed, but it was
And
fucking
the worst
hilarious.
part of this movie is anything that has to do with this couple.
The couple
Yeah, it
was,
was pretty bad.
the couple was bad.
They just needed something to cut
Yeah,
to save time or some shit. I don't know.
something. So anyway, so Maverick sent me.
I sent him 2.
He sent me 2
trailers.
movies. One is called The Devil Below. The
Those are
other
really
one,
good, right?
the other one is called Stay Out of the Attic. Now that title sticks out to me more. That one sounds. The Devil Below, the thumbnail, it looks like a worse looking Trimmers.
It's like a Tremors like rerun. Like,
Well, I think we know which one we're picking, you know,
Oh,
based
yeah.
on that information.
the Stay Out of the Attic though. The real title is Stay Out of the Fucking Attic.
Oh,
That's the real title, and it's a Shudder exclusive.
ooh, Shutter exclusive.
But yeah, I'm gonna find it somewhere else for sure.
No, you're gonna get the Shutter subscription.
Tom-
No,
has
I'm
been
still gonna pay for it.
Top has an account.
Right?
Yeah,
Shudder.
Well, Tom had an account.
I still have. Yeah.
But yeah, watch both those trailers. I don't know. The Stay Out of the Attic is definitely gonna be good, but the Devil Below is like one of those. We should probably do like a funny, like Tyler's funny pick, and then I guess I could pick something a little more serious instead of having 2 funnies in a row.
Yeah. Joke's on you, you're gonna pick Stay Out of the Attic. We watch it. It's a total like comedy. The other one is
Yeah.
super serious and like people are dying and they're like sad about it. Like,
So apparently Shudder just added some classic 80s film called The Butcher, the Baker, the Nightmare Maker.
yeah.
And it's like some famous 80s horror film.
I saw Tubi added Henry the Portrait of a Serial Killer and I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, dude. I was like, I'm gonna pick that one week. Even though I don't really like that movie all that much, but y'all should watch it. So one week I'll pick that. But fucking homie's great in it though. Michael Rooker. Fucking Mary Poppins himself. He's Henry. So
Oh, I was thinking of that fat guy who does the weather. That's Al Roker. My bad.
Al Roker.
You're like, that's Al Roker. I was like, oh, that guy's getting work. So I
anyway.
was happy for him and shit.
So what are we going with? We're going with the attic one?
Yeah, Stay Out of the
Okay.
Fucking Attic.
Stay
it's
out
like
of the fucking attic.
I put it in the movies already.
You did, yeah.
I mean, if we have time, we can do the other as a overtime.
It's like a Tremors sort of. It looks like it's gonna be like a Tremor.
Ex-cons working as movers fight for their lives after discovering their client is a Nazi scientist who experiments on children.
Is that
That's the summary of that movie.
It's gonna be a good. Watch the trailer. It's a good trailer, man.
Tom doesn't watch the trailers? He thinks they ruined the movie.
Not
never
this
know.
one. I mean, it gives away the whole Nazi thing, but
Oh.
it doesn't give away like.
so
the
does the
ending.
description of the movie. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I almost wish I didn't read the description now.
None better than a surprise Nazi, right?
I love a surprise Nazi, and Frank didn't. We're gonna we're gonna
The
end.
best joke you've ever said. Yeah.
That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that was
We're
a good
gonna
one.
end the episode now, and anyway,
Was it Inglorious Bastards or dudes like you got
Bastards?
the Jews in the attic or like
that
you
they
got
were under the
Jews hidden
floorboards.
in the
Yeah,
floorboards.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the guy, and the guy started crying, and he was like,
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway,
it was solid, man. That movie's great.
I love that movie.
Good comment.
Yeah, I know. We know how
That
you.
guy's amazing in it, though.
He's
is.
pretty fucking
He's
good.
an amazing actor.
Yeah.
Was he was in Django, right?
Yeah, he was the dentist, Dr.
Who's
Schultz.
Yeah.
Fucking hate.
The Django. The D is
Silent
silent.
white boy. What?
No.
Yeah, anyway,
That's how you say it.
anyway. Hey, thanks
Both
for
sides
watching
movies.
Wild Zero. Fun little watch. Next week, stay out of the attic. Stay out of the fucking attic. I probably won't put "stay out of the fucking attic" in the title, but
I want everyone to comment how amazing they are with Wild Zero.
yeah.
It was solid, man. I would recommend. I don't recommend a lot of these movies, but I think you should check this one out if y'all do.
But you gave it a
Because
3.
it's great.
Like,
Yeah, but
our
I mean, I said a
they're always so
solid 3.
fucked.
There, yeah. Anytime, it's real weird because we'll give it a ranking. Like Tyler, you do it a lot, where you'll give a movie like a 4 or something, and then later in the movie you'll go, "Well, this movie's really good because you can have this or whatever." It's like the rankings, yeah, they're weird because anyway.
I don't have to explain myself
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I don't know. I
That's
rank it
literally
if
what
I'd
we
watch
do
it
here.
again, and there's not a lot I'd watch again. So
I just want to watch it on Blu-ray, and I want to do like a projector
I-
screen, have it on like a side
Yeah.
of a house.
I really want a better quality. Like I tweeted out the other day that I was watching it, and I had the GIF of the guy with the rocket launcher and combing his hair, and the GIF was like 720 or something, and it looked,
Was it really?
yeah, it looked completely different than what I watched, and I was like, man, I wish I had a version like this.
yeah, I think we all watched it in some fucked resolution.
It's in 80p, baby.
Oh yeah,
No.
4K.
480.
I don't
That's
even
what
think
I watched
80
it.
was like this film had to be filmed in 7.
Yeah, I don't think 1080 was a thing
Yeah.
back then. Like they were 720. And then because if movies back then they have to make a remastered for it to be in 1080 or whatever. So
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Well, thanks for listening. Next week, stay out of the attic. Tyler, Maverick, anything else want to say to the people before we sign off?
Happy birthday, little Tom.
Oh yeah,
No,
it's Tom's B-Day.
Me.
He said, I asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and he was like, wieners.
Yeah, just more cock, man.
That's why he's been eating hot dogs. the whole
Hell
thing.
yeah, dude. Anyway.
It won't- wait, this is weird because it won't be your birthday when this comes out.
No, it'll
No.
be a week past. Or yeah.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
I'll be 15 years old.
you doing anything crazy for your birthday?
No, having people over, gonna eat some cake.
Getting
Fucking
pizza?
probably get some. No, Papa John's. I made them get me Papa John's. 'Cause-
Hold on, before this
I
cast,
just had that yesterday.
Okay.
you tried the new pizza, right?
Yeah.
What do you give it? Jim, the Boston.
I give it
style,
like a 6.5. The Detroit style or whatever. Yeah.
Detroit.
No one else liked it, and I was the only one who I was like, it just tastes like it's just like a little more sauce.
They put the sauce on last,
On-
right?
It's underneath the cheese too, but
Yeah,
then they
it's
put it on
probably-
top. Yeah.
Just got extra.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's just extra sauce. They just dump
It's
extra
like if
sauce
you
on
put
top.
marinara on your pizza, then you'll love it.
Yeah, exactly.
all
It's
it
like
is.
you dipped it in marinara.
Yeah, it's like just extra sauce on top.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't see how anyone would not like it.
yeah.
But
Oh, it did have
people.
it
who
did
like
have the
thin
big
crust probably
meatballs.
want it. Oh
It's not thin
I mean,
crust
yeah.
though.
no, I said people who like thin crust probably
Oh,
wouldn't like
okay.
that because
It's
saucy
it's
as
a
fuck.
pan pizza or not pan. It's
Yeah,
like
deep
the deep dish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love thin crust pizza because I don't feel guilty when I polish off a whole one.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Feels like you're just
like,
eating
it was-
paper.
Yeah, you're like, there wasn't that much bread. It was thin crust. You know?
There's
Yeah.
no fucking
Yeah.
sauce on thin crust, man.
Yeah.
It's all just cheese and like a pepperoni.
I swear Pizza Hut brought out a pizza a while ago where it was just cheese. They didn't have sauce on it.
You can do that. You can do a sauceless pizza.
Yeah.
You can do a cheeseless pizza. Doesn't your dad do that?
No. Which is weird because he doesn't like cheese, but that pizza's
If I
yummy.
didn't have all my guitar shit over here, I would have
Uh-huh.
done a spit take just then with my soda.
Yeah.
And then, like,
One time they accidentally put on that Alfredo cheese sauce that Pizza Hut
Ooh,
has.
what? How do you accidentally do that?
I don't know, but we opened up and it was like a river of cheese. Like you would tilt the box and the cheese would move. And he went, no. And he just didn't eat. He like warmed up like a
Those, it's
Fucking
pretty
mashed
solid
potatoes.
though. I
maybe
like that
bacon
shit.
chicken on white sauce. It's
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's marginal parts
It's
on
pretty
it.
good.
So good.
no. Anyway,
Tasty.
So,
yeah.
man, all our inside jokes, no one's gonna know.
He can insert the clip.
I can, yeah.
Oh God, it's so good. So good. So good and tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like after the cast, randomly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think like we cut it like 5 minutes ago when it actually ended, and then we could just have like a compilation of these
No, you
like
know-
small little talks.
Because Thomas has to hit like 4 buttons to stop, and he's not like coordinated. So he's like, you hear it, it's like chunk, and he like has to do the 3 buttons or whatever.
Wow. It's
And
only
you can always tell when he cuts.
it's only 2, please. It's 3 if I
Even
just record a
worse.
clip. But it's 2 to stop like a long recording. Anyway, thanks for watching the podcast, guys. Next week, stay out of the attic.
See, just watch. You can tell when he
Yeah.
does.
And we'll see you then. Watch it. Here we go. Oh.